अब हसीबता अन्ना अस्हाबुल कहफ वर्रकीम कानू मिन आयातिना अजबा. Now this surah has two stories. One of the people of Kahf, the people of Cave. That is in the beginning. Other is the story of Zulqarnain. That is near the end. Now, actually, these were the questions asked by the Quraysh of Makkah from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the instigation of the Jews. Well, Jews sent them the message that we have come to know that a person amongst you, Muhammad, named Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is claiming to be a messenger of Allah, to be a prophet. Well, you ask him three questions. If you can answer them, then maybe he is a messenger. Who are the people of the cave? What was the story of the people of the cave? Who was Zulqarnain? What is the story? And what is spirit? What is ruh? Now the answer to the third question is given in Surah Bani Israel. يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِنَ الْعِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. They are asking you about ruh. Tell them, ruh is from the command of my Lord. And you have not been given from the knowledge, but a very little. So you can't understand. The reality of ruh you can't understand. It's the command of Allah. But these two questions are answered here. First of all, this is Ashabul Kahf. And from this is the name of this surah, Suratul Kahf. Ab hasibta anna ashabul kahfi wal raqib kanu min ayatina ajaba. Do you think that the people of the cave and the inscription were among our very, very big signs? You may think that there is a very big sign. For us it is nothing. Some people remained alive but sleeping for 300 years. What happens? For Allah it is nothing. But you think it's a very big sign. Now what is the story? In the 2nd century of Christian era, Roman Empire was pagan, worshipping idols, their mythology, gods and goddesses. And when Christianity was spreading in the Roman Empire, those who accepted the message of Jesus, they were persecuted badly. So in the days of Decius, which we call in Urdu Daqiyadus, Decius was the emperor of Rome in the 2nd century. In his time, some youth, they accepted Christianity. And Christianity was the deen at that time. Masih was the messenger of Allah. And Muhammad had not as yet come, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it was the true deen of Allah. So they became, so to say, Muslims and muwahhids. But now, they were brought to the king. And the king said, I give you 7 days. Either you come back to the religion of your forefathers, or then you will be stoned to death. Now these people, when they went back, they thought, what can we do? So they consulted each other, let us go to some cave and stay there and see what Allah does. Left the city, lay there, and this happened in a city, Ephesus. And this was in the present-day Turkey. That was Roman Empire. And it was in this country, this city, Ephesus. When they went in that cave, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made them sleep. And they kept sleeping for 300 years. Now what happened during these 300 years? Constantine, the emperor of Rome, he accepted Christianity in the year 300 AD, in the beginning of the 4th century. Now the whole empire, the Roman Empire is Christian. Now when they got up in the 5th century, it was the day of the emperor Theodosius. Now they got up and they thought, how much have we lived here? For how long had we stayed in this cave? Some said, maybe 1 day or a part of a day. The others said, oh, leave it. We are hungry. Give this silver piece, coin, to someone. He should go and find some good food, clean, halal, so that we can take the food. When that person came in the city and he presented his coin, well, there was, people said, where did you get this coin? It is 300 old years of coin. How did you get it? Maybe you have some treasure. You have found a treasure. So there was, in this way, people came to know that this was the story. They are the people. Because about them, when they had disappeared, their account was written on a tablet and put in the treasure by the emperor. So that is why they are called Ashabul Kahf and of Raqim. Ashabul Kahf were Raqim, the inscription. So that was taken out from the treasure. And they found they are the people. And they have been sleeping here in this cave for 300 long years. But then they went there back into the cave and then they died. And then the people now, because they were Christians now, so they decided that they will make a place of worship on that cave. So this is the story. And this story is found in Gibbon's book, Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. Story of 7 sleepers. This Gibbon has written. Now I read the text of the Quran. Am hasibta anna ashab al-kahf wal-raqim kanu min ayatina ajaba. Do you think that this matter which happened with the people of cave and inscription, it is one of our very great signs? Is awal fityatu ila al-kahf. When those youth came to the cave, qalu, and they said, Rabbana atina min ladunka rahmah. O our Lord, give us from your own stores mercy. Wahayya lana min amrina rashada. And provide us for us rectitude in our affair. Salvation. فَضَرَبْنَا عَلَىٰ أَذَانِهِمْ فِي الْكَهْفِ سَنِينَ عَدَدًا. So we sealed up on their ears for some years. That is, they went to sleep. ثُمَّ بَعْثْنَاهُمْ. Then we raised them up. لِنَعْلَمَ, so that we know Ayyul Hizbani Ahsa Lima Labisu Amada, which of the two parties has kept correct, understanding of how long they had been there. Nahnu naqussu alayka nabahum bil haqq. Now in these 3 ayat, the whole crux of the matter has been given, but the detail is now coming. Nahnu naqussu alayka nabahum bil haqq. O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we are going to narrate on you their story with truth. Innahum fityatun, they were a few youths. Amanu bi rabbihim, who believed in their Lord, in Tawheed. Wazidnahum huda, and we increased them in guidance. We gave them more guidance, more yaqeen, more taqwa. Warabatna ala qulubihim, and we strengthened their hearts when they stood. It means they stood in the court of the emperor. فَقَالُوا رَبُّنَا رَبُّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. And they said and proclaimed over there, our Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth. لَن نَدْعُوَ مِن دُونِهِ إِلَٰهًا. We are not going to pray to any other God except Him. لَقَدْ قُلْنَا إِذًا شَطَطًا. If we say that, it will be very exceedingly wrong thing. هَؤُلَاءِ قَوْمٌ اتَّخَذُوا مِن دُونِهِ آلِهَةً. These people, this nation, they have taken with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala other gods also. Alongside the big God, written by capital G, God. With capital G, God is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. But with small letter G, gods and goddesses, thousands of them. So they have adopted gods besides God. هؤلاء قوم اتخذوا من دونه آلهة لولا يأتون عليهم بسلطان بين. Why don't they produce a clear proof thereof? فمن أظلم ممن افترى على الله كذبا. Who is more wrongdoing than the person who is forging lies against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? وَإِذْ اعْتَزَلْتُمُوهُمْ. And now that they were given, only 7 days. Make a decision. Either you leave this deen of Tawheed, come back to the mythology, Roman mythology, or you will be stoned to death. Now they consulted each other. وَإِذْ اعْتَزَلْتُمُوهُمْ وَمَا يَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. Now that you have left them, and whom they are worshipping except Allah, فَأْوُوا إِلَى الْكَهْفِ. Now let us go to some cave. يَنْشُرْ لَكُمْ رَبُّكُمْ مِنْ رَحْمَتِهِ. Your Lord will spread for you the bedding of His mercy. وَيُهَيِّئْ لَكُمْ مِنْ أَمْرِكُمْ مِرْفَقًا. And He will produce for you in your matters ease. وَتَرَى الشَّمْسَ إِذَا طَلَعَتْ. Now what was the position of the cave? Its mouth was towards the, opening was towards the north. So when the sun rose from the east, no direct sun was going into the cave. Indirect light, just as we have the north light, shells are made for big factories and mills, etc. So the sun should not go directly, the rays of the sun, but light should go indirectly. وَتَرَى الشَّمْسَ إِذَا طَلَعَتْ تَزَاوَرُ عَنْ كَهْفِهِمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ. And you might have seen the sun, when it rose, inclined from their cave towards the right. وَإِذَا غَرَبَتْ تَقْرِضُهُمْ ذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ. And when it set, passed by them on the left. وَهُمْ فِي فَجْوَةٍ مِّنْهُ. And they were there in a broad place in the cave. The mouth or opening of the cave was small. Inside, the cave was wide. مَن يَهْدِ اللَّهُ فَهُوَ الْمُهْتَدِي. ذَلِكَ مِنْ آيَاتِ اللَّهِ. This is from among the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. مَن يَهْدِ اللَّهُ فَهُوَ الْمُهْتَدِ. Whomsoever Allah guides, he is the only rightly guided person. وَمَن يُضْلِلْ. And whom He sends astray, فَلَنْ تَجِدَ لَهُ وَلِيًّا مُرْشِدًا. You will not find for him anybody who is protector and who can direct him to the right path. وَتَحْسَبُهُمْ أَيْقَاظًا. Had you seen them in that position, you would have thought that they are awake. وَهُمْ رُقُودٌ. But they were actually asleep. وَنُقَلِّبُهُمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ. And we kept on turning them to the right, to the left, so that they shouldn't have the bed sores, if they are lying on their back continuously. So there will be sores. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is turning them from left to right, right to left. نُقَلِّبُهُمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ وَقَلْبُهُمْ بَاسِطٌ ذِرَاعَيْهِ بِالْوَسِيدِ. And along with them was their dog. Maybe a bulldog, very frightening dog. And it was sitting at the threshold of that cave, extending its arms. لَوِ اطَّلَعْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ لَوَلَّيْتَ مِنْهُمْ فِرَارًا وَلَمُولِيتَ مِنْهُمْ رُعْبًا. If you would have passed by chance and glanced, you would have left there, run away from there in fright. And you must have been, frightened to see this scene. This big dog sitting in the door, Although the door was also asleep, the dog was also asleep or dead, whatsoever. وَكَذَلِكَ بَعَثْنَاهُمْ. And now we raised them up, awoke them. لِيَتَسَاءَلُوا بَيْنَهُمْ. So they asked between themselves. قَالَ قَائِلٌ مِّنْهُمْ. One of them said, كَمْ لَبِثْتُمْ. How long have you been here? قَالُوا لَبِثْنَا يَوْمًا وَبَعْضَ يَوْمٍ. They said, maybe one day. How much a man sleeps? One day or a part of a day? يَوْمًا وَبَعْضَ يَوْمٍ. قَالُوا رَبُّكُمْ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا لَبِثْتُمْ. Then they said, leave it. Your Lord knows best how much period you have been here. فَبْعَثُوا أَحَدَكُمْ. Now send one of you, بِوَرِقِكُمْ هَذِهِ, with this piece of silver, إِلَى الْمَدِينَةِ, to the city. فَلْيَنْظُرْ. Then he should go and see, أَيُّهَا أَزْكَى طَعَامًا, which is the food which is pure and which is clean. فَلْيَأْتِكُمْ بِرِزْقٍ مِّنْهُ. And he should bring some food, some provision from it. وَلْيَتَلَطَّفْ. And he should behave courteously. وَلَا يُشْعِرَنَّ بِكُمْ أَحَدًا. He shouldn't fall out with anybody, Then they will say who he is and where are his companions. So, then we are here hiding. لَا يُشْعِرَنَّ بِكُمْ أَحَدًا. Now those who have opened this Quran Majid with them, they should note this word, وَلْيَتَلَطَّفْ. This is the exact center of Quran regarding the numbers of the alphabets. Not words, alphabets. Even the alphabets have been counted. In yatalattaf, ta belongs to the first half, and lam belongs to the second half. And here, according to the number of the letters of Quran, this is exact half. إِنَّهُمْ إِنْ يَظْهَرُوا عَلَيْكُمْ, if they prevail upon you, يَرْجُمُوكُمْ, they will stone you to death. أَوْ يُعِيدُوكُمْ فِي مِلَّتِهِمْ, or they will force you to go back to their deen, their religion. وَلَنْ تُفْلِحُوا إِذًا أَبَدًا, and in that way you will never be able to prosper and succeed. وَكَذَلِكَ عَصَرْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ, in this way we disclose their matter to them, to the people of the city. لِيَعْلَمُوا أَنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ, so that they come to know that the promise of Allah is true. وَإِنَّ السَّاعَةَ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهَا, and as for the fixed hour of doomsday, there's no doubt in it. Now if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can keep some people living for 300 long years, can't He resurrect you from the dead? So this became an argument. Because at that time there was an argument going on between people. How people will be resurrected? How is it possible? How can we understand it? So now this sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came before them. And they came to know these are the people, these who had left, who had fled, who had ran away. And we couldn't find them anywhere. And their account was written on some tablet. And that was placed in the treasure. And that, tablet was taken out. Oh yes, they are the people. And they have been there for 300 years. 2nd century of Christian era, they entered the cave. 5th century of Christian era, they came out. إِذْ يَتَنَازَعُونَ بَيْنَهُمْ أَمْرَهُمْ. It seems that after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put them to death. They died then. And now these people, they closed the opening so that it became a collective grave for them, that cave. Now they were fighting with each other. إِذْ يَتَنَازَعُونَ بَيْنَهُمْ أَمْرَهُمْ فَقَالُوا ابْنُوا عَلَيْهِمْ بُنْيَانًا. And they said we should erect some, very big building for them, so that people should know who were they. Very, very big saints of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah kept them alive for 300 years. فَقَالَ الَّذِينَ غَلَبُوا عَلَىٰ أَمْرِهِمْ. So the people who prevailed in this affair, they decided, لَنَتَّخِذَنَّ عَلَيْهِمْ مَسْجِدًا, we shall construct a mosque here to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A memorial, a memorial to them, devoted to them. سَيَقُولُونَ ثَلَاثَةٌ رَابِعُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ. They will say that they were 3, and 4th was their dog. وَيَقُولُونَ خَمْسَةٌ سَادِسُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ. And some people say they were 5, and 6th was their dog. رَجْمًا بِالْغَيْبِ. This is conjecturing about the unseen, guessing the unknown. They don't know. They don't have the knowledge. وَيَقُولُونَ سَبْعَةٌ وَثَامِنُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ. And some say that they were 7, and the 8th was their dog. This style, in between the lines says that actually this is the correct figure. 7, سَبْعَةٌ وَثَامِنُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ. And 8th among them was the dog. قُلْ رَبِّي عَالَمُ بِعِدَّتِهِمْ. But this is not an issue we should be argued about. Say them, my Lord best knows about their number. مَا يَعْلَمُهُمْ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ. People don't know them except a few. فَلَا تُمَارِ فِيهِمْ إِلَّا مِرَاءً ظَاهِرًا. So don't argue with them. Only outward contentions, and that's all. وَلَا تَسْتَفْتِ فِيهِمْ مِنْهُمْ أَحَدًا. And don't ask anybody also about this. But this was necessary to be told to you. This was the reality. And this is sufficient for you. Don't try to go into details. وَلَا تَقُولَنَّ لِشَيْءٍ إِنِّي فَاعِلٌ ذَلِكَ غَدًا. And never, this is very important, never say, I shall definitely do this thing tomorrow. Never say this. إِلَّا يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. Always add, if Allah wills. I intend to do it, but I will be able to do it only if Allah permits, if there is the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if He wills, only. إِلَّا يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. Now these, these words, they represent our culture of monotheism, tawheed. Whenever something good comes to you, alhamdulillah. You are thirsty, you had water to drink, and what you do say? Alhamdulillah. All praise be to Allah. You see something which is nice, which is beautiful. The flower, very beautiful flower. What do we say? Subhanallah. Seeing everything, but remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You see something which pleases you, you will find in the next, section. MashaAllah. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed. And it's the same way, I shall do this, I intend to do it, inshallah. I will go. Although the car is ready, I got it serviced, and the tank is full, gas is there, well, I can go. No. I will not be able to go unless Allah permits. And there is a tradition behind this ayah. Actually, when these questions were said to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, these three questions, he thought that Jibreel comes daily. So, this night when he comes, I will ask and tell them. So he said, okay, tomorrow I will give you the answer. Now Allah disapproved of it. He should not have said this. He should have said, inshallah. So because this was a mistake. Now Jibreel is not coming. 1 day gone, 2 days gone, 3 days gone. Now people are laughing. Finished. Failed. What happened to you? Where is your angel? Where is the wahi? Then when wahi came, this instruction was also, وَلَا تَقُولَنَّ لِشَيْءٍ إِنِّي فَاعِلٌ ذَلِكَ غَدًا إِلَّا إِنْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ. Never say for anything that I will do this tomorrow, except if Allah wishes, if Allah permits. وَاذْكُرْ رَبَّكَ إِذَا نَسِيتَ. And if you forget, and then when you remind yourself and you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then say, وَقُلْ عَسَىٰ أَنْ يَهْدِيَنِ رَبِّي لِأَقْرَبَ مِنْ هَذَا رَشَدًا. It's possible that my Lord leads me, guides me to something which is better than this. I intend to do this, but maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intends something better for me. Why should I decide that I have to do this? Leave it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If He decrees, if He permits, well, okay, it will happen. And maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decided for me something which is better than this. عَسَىٰ أَنْ يَهْدِيَنِ رَبِّي لِأَقْرَبَ مِنْ هَذَا رَشَدًا وَلَبِثُوا فِي كَهْفِهِمْ 300 سِنِينَ وَازْدَادُوا تِسْعًا. And they remained in their cave for 300 years, and some people have added 9 years to them. The explanation of some of the Mufassirin is that they were 300 years according to the solar calendar. But as for the lunar calendar, in each century 3 years increase. So according to the lunar calendar, it was 309 years. So both figures are correct. وَلَبِثُوا فِي كَهْفِهِمْ 300 سِنِينَ. And they remained in their cave for 300 years, وَازْدَادُوا تِسْعًا. And added to it were 9. قُلِ اللَّهُ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا لَبِثُوا. Again, this is not very important. Say, my Lord knows best how much they remained, for what period they remained over there. لَهُ غَيْبُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. To Him belongs all the unseen of the heavens and the earth. Absir behi wasme. How excellent seer He is, and how excellent hearer He is. مَا لَهُمْ مِن دُونِهِ مِن وَلِيٍّ. There is no friend for them, no protector for them except Him. وَلَا يُشْرِكُ فِي حُكْمِهِ أَحَدًا. And He doesn't make partner anybody in His authority. لَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ شَرِيكٌ فِي الْمُلْكِ. We have read in the last ayah of Surah Bani Israel. وَالْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ الَّذِي لَمْ يَتَّخِذْ وَلَدًا وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ شَرِيكٌ فِي الْمُلْكِ. There has been no partner with Him in kingdom. As a king, He is all powerful. And here again the same thing. وَلَا يُشْرِكُ فِي حُكْمِهِ أَحَدًا. He doesn't include anybody in His authority.